How you doing?
Okay.
All right, good to see you.
You want to start with some opening comments, Coach?
Yes, sir. I want to thank you guys. Thank you for the opportunity to have you guys talk to our guys and let you hear a little bit about Tuscarora football. I'm really proud of not just these three to my left, but all the guys that wore the uniform tonight, and especially heavy heart to the ones that this was it. This is the last one for them. I could not be more proud of them. I'm really going to miss this group. So to my immediate left is Ryan Up, Ethan Gick, and Javon Gilliard. Again, I want to say I'm really proud of how these guys fought. That was a heck of a team that we saw out there, and there's a lot we can learn from them, and we hope to just continue to build from where we are right now. So open it up to these guys.
One game doesn't define a season or a career. Just talk about your season overall and what it took to get here, and just the feeling of being in this game tonight.
Ethan, you want to go ahead and start? You were Ethan was able to play in the 2017 state championship against Highland Springs at Hampton as a sophomore. So he's has the ability to get back as a senior. So.
I mean, coming into this offseason, we knew we had a pretty special team. We just kind of prided ourselves on how hard we worked. Especially this group, we were really special. My class, the seniors, the leaders on the team were some of the hardest workers on the team. We were in the weight room 5 days a week, morning, after school, working probably harder than anyone else. And we created a bond on this team that I'd never seen in the 4 years I played here, or on any sport really. And just how close we were as a team really helped carry us through the whole season. We played really for each other. We played because we wanted to play longer. Even right now, we can look back on the season and look at it as a success. I love these two guys right here and this coach more than I would have ever known coming into the freshman year. And it's just a really special group, and that's what really got us here.
Javon?
It all started.
I'm like I said, I'm proud of everyone on this program. Javon worked really hard to get to where he is, from where he came from early on in high school to get to where he is right now. He invested a lot of time. He invested a lot of his effort to becoming the person that he is, and what he's able to accomplish at the next level, what he's able to accomplish in life, it's going to be really special. So he just collected himself, but he put a ton into this. And Ryan Up is right there too. He's one of our hardest working juniors. It's a wonderful junior class, and he stepped up and he was able to be one of the leaders as an underclassman with so much great leadership from our senior class. He was able to sit in there and get his voice in there as well, and his smile and his absolutely positive, infectious attitude just brought a ton to this team as well.
How tough are they to prepare for, Coach Lake Taylor?
It's a really difficult team to prepare for. One, because of their athleticism, and two, quite frankly, because they run an offense in the veer that we don't see. It's similar to how people will struggle with Stonebridge's single wing because it's something different. That's kind of what we got from Lake Taylor. It's our scout team did a fantastic job all week preparing our starting defense, but they're still not Lake Taylor. It's really hard to not only try and give them a feel for the speed and a brand new offense all at the same time. So our kids did everything they possibly could in terms of giving that look, in terms of film study to prepare them for this. But it's a combination that makes it very difficult.
Guys, when you saw them on film, was there anything that stood out to you better seeing them in person that, wow, that was better than even what we saw on film?
I think we underestimated their running back. I mean, because we played against a couple good running backs this season, but I think that kid was a lot bigger than we anticipated. And yeah.
What about you, Buck?
We knew, that they cover 0 team. They might drop back to a cover 1, but they're just going to man and basically try and fill in the gaps and create chaos. We worked really hard on it, all week long, practicing against any kind of front we might see. In order to get the protection we did, we wanted to be able to take our shots and get a lot of rub routes to expose a lot of their just man coverages. And we could do that for the most part here and there, but I think it was really hard, I guess, for the O-line to make a lot of their calls and give me time. It is hard when they just put a man on a man and then send everyone else. There's always going to be someone pretty much unblocked, and we just couldn't get a rhythm. And then what that defense kind of creates is I have to be perfect throwing the ball, and I made my mistakes. We got a good run, we gashed them one time. We ran a trap, but we couldn't get our run game going. I mean, you can't do that. You become pretty predictable. And I think we thought we'd be able to control it on the ground a lot this game, at least for a little bit, to open up a lot more of our passing, but we weren't able to get that done. It just left us kind of throwing most of the game.
Now, I tell you what, hats off to them, for the fact that they had so many two-way players, and we really felt like that was something, as these guys alluded to, the amount of work that we put in the offseason. We start up the day after the season's done, and we go 5 days a week until football season starts again. So we pride ourselves on our ability to kind of wear teams down. And my hat's off to those guys. For them to have that many guys playing both ways, that's phenomenal. I mean, that's a ton of heart that those guys showed to play hard, to play tough, to play physical. I was very, very impressed. That was something that we thought we'd take advantage of, and we did not. We did not. Those kids were able to go and play continuously at a high level on both sides of football, and so hats off to them. I have a ton of respect for that program and for those kids.
What do you go into the offseason as your motivation? Getting to state championship game coming up short, but also playing for it in 5A and now dropping down to 4A and being in that program, kind of got a bullseye where people expect you to be, somewhere in the Final Four or the championship game every year. Talk about just your offseason and just your season and the expectations of playing with a chip or a target on your back.
Absolutely. I said this to Salem last week, and I said it to Coach just now. Those are the kind of programs that we want to be. We want to be able to compete at the highest level, to be in this game year in and year out. And we need to find a way to get over the hump. It's now 3 that we've been here. 2 at 5 and now 1 at 4, and we want to make sure we continue to get back to work. It's a big kind of pillar in what we believe in, and figure out a way to get over. And we're constantly looking as a coaching staff. I have a phenomenal group of men who will get right back to work and get into film study and into classroom in these clinics, and try and find something that we can improve upon, because we want to get over the hump, and not just for the groups moving forward, but we had an X on our helmet to celebrate the 10 years of this program, because these guys right here, they may not wear that uniform again, but they will always be a part of this program. And us moving forward, we will continue to play with and for those guys. So we'll make sure we go back and we do everything in our power to try and get over that hump.
Would you guys feel like you did well tonight?
I think I pride myself and these kids on the fact that I truly believe they fought until that last whistle. And I don't think you saw us lose our heads. I don't think you saw us tapping out. I think you saw a group of kids that gave everything they had until that very last whistle. And for that, I will always be proud of these kids, because the fact that they don't have give up in them is going to show me that I'm going to see a bunch of successful men in life. And in 15, 20, 30 years from now, they're going to have accomplished some really great things.
Guys, what do you think? I mean, the scoreboard said what it did, but what do you feel like y'all did well tonight on the field?
I think we coming into the half, we could have easily given up, and we didn't. We saw some stuff in their defense that we know we'd be able to move the ball, and we did. But hats off to them. They're really great athletes. They're able to fix a lot of their mistakes with just their athleticism. And they made us grind for every single yard, and we did. We were able to move the ball a little bit more in the second half, and we got another score. But I mean, they play so hard, and they're really great players that, you know, they make you work for every yard. And we weren't able to always, you know, even when we had all the answers, you know, make the plays that we had to.
I think like Coach said, I think we did a good job keeping our composure when things got chippy or when stuff was said. I also think that we just, like he said, it starts in the off season. Like we would have workouts where the whistle's blowing, and if you stop before the whistle, restart. So I think that kind of mentality carries over to these kind of games where you can't give up, and it's just pretty much go to the whistle. Just that's what we're taught.
Javon, anything, bud?
One question for you, Coach. Coming second year at Tuscarora, first year must a little bit of a transitional year, but this year coming out, going all the way, almost getting it. But your outlook for next season, you're losing talent, but you're also, the school has done well developing talents in my class of 2022, as well as the junior class with players like Ryan Up, Rainer Hovland, Matei Fitz. How do you think Tuscarora is going to be able to come through this off season, and what's your outlook for next season?
You know, it's again that motto of getting back to work. You know, we have a group now of 10 years of this school where this culture has built kids who know nothing but work. And I think that's what you'll continue to see, the message and the impact that these seniors have left. I think we'll be there to show that expectation to all these classes moving forward. So these freshmen coming in next year, the rising sophomores, rising juniors, rising seniors, they see what it should look like, and they know how hard these kids work to get to this spot. And I think with that message, this senior class has left more importance than anything else. They've shown, you know, what hard work and commitment and passion really looks like. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.